What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a repair video here. As you can see, my splitter is gone. So today that's what we're going to be fixing. So as you can see, I completely trashed this splitter, so we have to repair it. I had the standard Maxton, not to put them out there, but I had the standard Maxton splitter. It's mostly plastic, so I think I went through four splitters so far. You would think I would learn my lesson, but they've all been plastic. So I lost two on my S4, and I think this will be the second one on this vehicle here. So I'm not sure why they don't hold up when you're actually traveling at a certain speed. Not gonna give you the speed that I was traveling at, but it was well put together. I did everything to kind of make sure that it stays on there. As you can see by it coming from the actual bumper itself, it pulled off itself. So they just don't make them as strong as you would want them to be. So what I did was I went with these two parts right here. So you have the actual lower part of the splitter and the little small part right here. So they're already black, and that's the color that I want them to be. However, this is not paint. That's actual. This is primer. So I'm not sure if you can see that, but this is not paint. This is prime. So I'm gonna have to paint this and put a couple coats on this and set it up and finish it off with some clear coat. All right, so in standard YouTube fashion, when you repair something, you should upgrade it, I'm guessing, right? So this time I'm gonna try to see if this one stays on. This is gonna be the carbon fiber from Carbon Imports, not sponsored, but it's from Carbon Imports. It should hold up a little bit better than the actual plastic Maxton splitter. So these parts I got from eBay. eBay was a lot cheaper compared to the parts that you would get at the dealership. I think the dealership was charging for this part here what I think it's like $800 some, $888, and for the smaller part it was I think like $450. So eBay, I got this one for like $270, and the other one was like $113. So I try to save a little bit of money for this little plastic piece here, and I think that's probably the same. These are only plastic, and I'm hoping that the part on the car is also plastic, the same material. I mean, it's a little flimsy. However, I'm thinking if everything matches, it's not a big deal to try to save a little bit of money in that area. And same thing with this part here. Same thing with this part. It's just plastic. That's all it is. And I didn't feel like I wanted to pay that amount of money for that little small plastic piece from Audi. So first thing I got to do is move out this car, and set everything up to go ahead and start spray painting this, and go from there. Alright, so we are all set up. I have the bumper piece or the bumper splitter set up here on my stand. I have my paint ready to go. I have my safety mask ready to go. Right, and the paint I'm using today is going to be the Duplicolor Perfect Match. Got this off of eBay as well. Well, no, not eBay. I'm sorry. I got this off of Amazon. Sorry, eBay. Got this off of Amazon, and I have two cans of this, and I have this one, which is, I guess this is the top of the line stuff that everyone uses for the clear coat. I'm gonna get about 2 coats with this and about 3 to 4 coats with this one. We'll see how it works out. Let's get it on. All right, so I put 3 coats at first, and then I decided to go with another coat. I mean, obviously this it's not gonna be perfect 'cause it's just spray paint or whatever. Aerosol can spray paint at that. It doesn't look bad. I mean, they got some defects or whatever, but this is my first time doing this, no excuse. And at the same time, I'm gonna get started with the clear coat in a minute. But they got some. I can see a lot of defects that were messed up or whatever. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this, like sit overnight, and hopefully a lot of that stuff will kind of dry up and kind of smooth itself out. I'm not sure if paint works that way, but we will see. Again, this part sits at the bottom of the car, where it most likely won't even be seen. So it's not a big deal to me. I just wanted to get it repaired and put on there. So and plus, putting the paint on there will prevent it from turning another color or whatever, right? That way I have to take it off and paint it anyway. So I wanted to paint it now, get it on the bumper, and go from there. It's gonna get chipped up again because it's gonna be sitting on the front of the car. But that's why I'm not too concerned about the perfection of this job. I just want to get it painted properly so it won't turn any colors, and get it clear coated and put it back on the car, and go from there.
But she's like, oh, so he's got some stuff. I'm gonna put it politely, but he's got the fun stuff. All these people do. That is their response to government programs.
All right, so I am done with this job here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let this sit overnight, and I was gonna take off the bumper today and just to get it started, just to get ahead of it, but I don't have a lot of space in here. So as you can see, I don't have a lot of space. I gotta have some space to lift the car up and everything, but I might do it. I'm not sure. Let me see. I could get the jack probably right here and lift it up. Nah, I'm not gonna mess with it today. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let this sit overnight and get at it tomorrow as soon as possible. Get the bumper off and get everything changed out. I mean, it came out all right. It's not the perfect painting job, but it's not intended to be perfect. Again, this is a DIY at-home style paint job repair thing, right? So the main thing is just trying to get it hooked up to the carbon fiber splitter that I have. So other than that, I think it's going good. It's going great so far.
It's going good. It's going great so far.
It was at this moment that he knew he screwed up.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We are in the next day of this repair and upgrade for my splitter. It went pretty well yesterday. I mean, as you can see, I'll show you real quick with the paint job here. So it looks actually way better than it did yesterday. Obviously I know where the defects are, so I mean, I'm not too concerned with them, but man, it looks a lot better than it did yesterday, because I guess it dried up and kind of worked itself out as far as the defects that I was concerned about yesterday. But it looks pretty good. I can't complain about like the paint job at all. So that was only intended to ensure that like once this thing hits the UV, the sun, it doesn't change into a different color, or it doesn't start flaking up on me because there was only a primer on there before. All right, the first thing I have to do is get this car up, because I have to take the bumper off of it. And once I get the bumper off, I can go ahead and take this part off here, take the front piece off, and then take that little piece off too. It's only screws and bolts. And what I'll do while it's off is attach the carbon imports splitter onto the actual bumper and put it all on as one. So it should be fairly easy. I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm pretty confident this is not an all-day job. So first thing has to come off are the wheels. So let's get to it. All right, the bumper is off. So it's a little bit dirty in here, huh? Yeah, it's gonna always be that way. But this, like I said, it's a fairly easy job as far as getting the bumper off, and it should be even easier here. So next thing I have to do is get the this lower piece off that's in front of here. I got to take these grills out first, which is only clip-ons, I believe. Yeah, these are only clip-ons, so they're just clip-ons. Knock those out, and there's two screws under here. I believe they're right there and right there, and that should slide right off, and it should be quick. All right, let's get it.
A few moments later.
All right, so I'm at a point where this project is gonna stall. Unfortunately, this part is not the same shape as this one. Yeah, so it's the same material. It's the same material, but the shape is completely different. I wouldn't say completely different. It was a good close, but it just didn't fit. I did a little bit of manipulations over here and over here to kind of get the tab correctly, but it's not the same shape at all. So as you can see here, there's a huge gap right there. So yeah, we can't have that. So we got to get the OEM part for this part. So yeah, I mean, I lost a couple $100, but at the same time, I mean, this is what you go through when you're trying to save a little bit of money.
One eternity later.
All right, so we are back. We're back for the this repair. Now, as you can see, these two are different. This one is the eBay one, and that one is the OEM one. So yes, this one cost me almost $300, and this one almost cost me $1,000. Crazy enough, and this is only like plastic, right? So it's just plastic. but at the same time I had to get it. As you can see, it's not the same. Like the one that you buy off of eBay, it is completely different. So if you can see, the OEM one has tabs on it right there. You see the tabs? This one didn't have any tabs. So I manipulated this myself. I was gonna try to place the tabs on it myself to try to save some money, but it just didn't fit. As you can see, this is a lot larger. This part down here, let me get over here. This part down here is a lot larger. It's kind of like almost 5 inches, almost 4 to 5 inches here. As you can see, this one's a lot smaller. So it just didn't fit. So the one that's on eBay, I got a little bit of a refund back. The individual said, hey man, he didn't want me to give him a bad review, so I gave him a pretty bad review, only because it states that it's the same part number and that it would fit when it actually didn't. So I gave him a bad review and he didn't like the review, so he asked me to go ahead and remove the negative comment. However, and he was going to give me a refund. So I mean, it sucks. I kind of gave him, I didn't want to do it. I hesitated at first because other people are basically going to buy this thing and think that it fits their car. So I changed my negative review to a kind of a neutral review, and I did say that the part didn't fix. It was kind of neutral. So all right, so we are back at it right now. So I got the bumper all set up here, and I got the cameras ready. I got everything I need, so we can go ahead and start and get this thing going. So we probably can finish this today. So all right, let's get it on. All right, we are at the point where we got to get the carbon fiber splitter onto the actual bumper. This went on fairly easy. Again, it's the OEM version, so it fits perfectly as far as the screws and everything. Got everything back on. Got some scratches already. However, this is a bumper, so it's gonna get nicked up and draped out. So I got the inserts back in already, got this in back already. Only thing that's to do is get that carbon fiber splitter on and get the bumper back onto the car, which is fairly easy. Now this is what I'm dealing with here is I'm trying to figure out how I want to get this splitter onto here. I've had some recent I've had some history with these splitters where you could screw them on, tack screw them on, tape. They got the double-sided 3M tape, but they still tend to come off after a certain amount of time. However, I'm thinking about doing the rivets, thinking about riveting it. Plus rivets, you're gonna have to, if this thing was to come off or break or anything, they have to be drilled out. They can't be like screwed out or whatever. They come with these screws here with some washers. However, again, the screws, they tend to come out after a certain vibration. You got the 3M tape there, which we already know. I've had some history with that. I also have the Mansuri glue here, so I probably can glue it, 3M tape it, and use the screws. I think that's probably going to be the better plan to get this splitter onto the bumper and secure it properly. So all right, so next up, let's get this on, see how it looks, size it up, tape it up, and go from there. All right.